Welcome back to the channel for another video. Be sure to like and subscribe for more trading content, and check out the links in the description for the Market Mentors website and Discord, where we talk about this stuff and more content daily. And so let's just get right into the video. So today's video will be about backtesting the previous week, and it's a part of one of the steps I do for my weekly trade preparations, which I'll be dropping tomorrow. So you can pair this video with that video coming out tomorrow and just see how I go about my process of preparing for the upcoming trading week or an upcoming trading week. And yeah, I'm just going to use this to backtest and see what a fresh pair of eyes, what I could have done differently compared with my trading journal, and just seeing how I can utilizing it better for the upcoming week. And I also did want to test out a confluence, an SMT concept that I've learned about this week, and seeing how I can utilize it going forward, if I can make it a part of my trading plan, or seeing how I can gain a few percentage from it. So let's just jump into it. I've already replayed it back to this past Monday of March 3rd, and just seeing this, how I can utilize this day and what I did. I remember the Monday was a good trading day. So let's see if I can just see what fresh revise, if I can get the same results or maybe mark up one or two trades I missed. So looking at it, I'm applying these same steps for all the trades. All of them are going to have the same exact analysis based off this reasoning and process right here. So I'm just looking at the sweeper liquidity here on the 15-minute. We see this manipulation. It breaks at least this swing point, but also breaks this one too. So it breaks that as well. And then you see it leaves a lot of imbalance here, and I often just refine it to this first formed imbalance. So you see it returns this area. It's pretty accurately to do it this way at least. Could go to the 30-minute and try to consolidate it, like make it like this one and look for a sell here potentially, but I just don't do it, at least not for this instance. I just refine it to this 15-minute one, but I can go look at the 30-minute one real quick. It's not probably the ideal time because it's the end of the week or beginning of the week at this point, but if this is like a regular midweek trade, it would be valid to take this. It's probably got a clean quick sell for it, then it pushed back up to the more refined area, and then it gave us a move. So I guess I can take a look at it. It's not really the most ideal because of just the time, but it would be ideal if it was any other time. Let's take a look and see if we can get something. So ideally, since this is in the 30-minute area, just pretending, at least for this instance, that it's at a different time of day, or a different time of the week, I should say. Maybe you could have got an entry. You wanted to base it like this. Maybe this is iffy. Let's see. I would say that, or maybe if I wanted to do like this, but an entry right there. I guess this would be valid if I would have went through too. So yeah, in theory, I definitely would have took this if it was just different time of the week. It's just Sunday, it's market open, just opened up like 30 minutes, 40 minutes ago. So I wouldn't have taken it. And my take profit would have been somewhere, probably been somewhere down there. It would have been hit, so would have been a valid trade. I want to test out this bigger one as well, but I do prefer the smaller range trades like this. Goes through quicker and seems to be pretty accurate most of the time. So yeah, still would have been tagged in there. So yeah, that's the small move was the move to take there, and that's usually what I go for. I don't really like to go for the larger range, but I like to go for those internal small moves, just because it's quicker to go through, less risk amount. We'll say not risk amount, but like risk. Not percentage, but like risk distance basically, but it'd be in smaller points at risk and a smaller take profit. So yeah, that could have been valid for, let's say, if it's a different time of day. I do like trading Asian session, so yeah, another confluence there, another thing to look for Asian session trading. So you see on Monday that it mitigated this at 7 o'clock, so I guess you need some pre-New York session trade in there. And I should count that as a win, but I'm guessing I'm not going to count it because I wouldn't normally take that trade at that time just because it's so early in the week, basically. But it was a valid trade, just the timing is strange. So, yeah, let's see. You can get a trade there. Yeah, trade is here based on this break. And I actually have to go back to the previous trade and look at this confluence I wanted to test out. So yeah, that's one win. See a hit take profit here. And I actually have to come back to that one, but I want to go to this one and see if I can see this confluence here. And it is going to show a little different. This is a strange time for the market, but yeah, I guess it's not there, but it's okay. It's still a valid trade. I'm looking for just the S&P concept of divergence, just trying to see if there's divergence between these two pairs, but I'm not seeing any for this trade at least. I don't think I'm seeing anything for this one, so yeah, just go back to the real first trade of the week on that Monday, about 7-ish. And I don't know if we'll see anything here, but yeah, I'm not seeing any divergence at least based on that. So yeah, it's all good. It's still valid. It's just that might be an extra influence if I have like a losing trade. I might have to throw in with looking for a hedge in theory. So let's go back to the 15-minute that trade went through. And the next area benches I look to play off of is this buy for now, just because it's the same type of concept that I'm following these rules with, or we'll say steps with. That sweep liquidity breaks these swing highs, leaves some imbalance here. And then we'll see if it mitigates and refining to this one. This is this first formed imbalance. I'm seeing another sweep there, but let's see what happens the next few candles. So yeah, mitigated here, but also gave this sweep here. It's hard to see behind this candle. There's a swing high there. It's being swept, as well as this one sweep and this swing high and this swing high. So we're seeing a few swing highs swept. It's leaving this imbalance here. So there's two areas. So I don't think, let's go back to the 1 minute. So yeah, there's no trade here. Just because, yeah, I don't like how this accumulation set up with no like swing highs or anything, but there's no really a trade here. Yeah, there's nothing here for us to take advantage of, so it just was a reaction to this area, which is valid for it to give a reaction and just keep pushing down. So the next area eventually will be this sell here because it did break this swing low and left this imbalance. So we're looking for it to return there. And potentially this buy as well. Well, not this one, I would say. I would say more down here in this area, but let's see the 30-minute, because whenever it forms like imbalance like this, there's multiple legs worth imbalance, at least more than one, I would say. I like to see if I can refine to the 30-minute and see if it's a little cleaner. So in this case, it is. So I would refine like this potentially, because it's possible for it to give a sell, a quick reaction to the 30-minute imbalance, and then have a sell that goes through, then push back up to the 15-minute imbalance, then go through again. So it's possible to look for a sell now. It's still valid to look for a sell at this point. So what I would see is, yeah, I would see this as being the sell still. I know I did take this trade actually in person or last Monday, but it's still the same thing I would say I would see for this one because it's valid to take. It is a little unfortunate it's outside of the macro time frame, but it's still a valid trade to take. But let's see if I can find another entry, because I know there was more than one entry in this area that was valid to take. And take profit was down here, I believe, yeah. So based on how I would trade, let's see, actually a little adjustment. Based on how I would trade, let's see, it would be an entry. I would think about taking an entry around based off of this accumulation here, and then seeing this as a sweep, and then this as the entry, and setting that as my range. But I know this was going to be a loss. I know I didn't take this in person last week, but I'm still seeing that kind of as a valid entry with these few inside bars. It just would have been a valid loss of the wicks above, and then just rejects off of that. but it's all good. I mean, I know this first one won, so we can mark that up on as well as a continuation. So let's see. But then again, yeah, it's kind of the same concept. I don't like doing continuations too much because it's kind of nitpicky or like forcing it almost, and sometimes to me, because it's like you can kind of find a continuation in any trade. Like I'm sure there's one in here that I'm literally not pointing out. Like probably could have found a continuation like in here or here somewhere. So yeah, it's just iffy. But I still count it as we'll say a valid loss. But the other one, the first trade did go through here. So let's see if I can find any confluence with the S&P or divergence with it. Actually, is some right here. Actually, so really strong sign to take this sell here. So yeah, it's just this one would have just been a valid loss, but it's a really strong sign that the sell was a valid thing to take. So it's all good there. This trade played out and went through. Same kind of concept here that you probably could have went for a trade based off of even like just here. Set your entry based off of this. Waited for it to get tagged, then just took a continuation entry there. So yeah, probably the same type of thing, but let's see. Let me see if there's any more confluence there with it. Not that I'm seeing, not in this area, or for that trade at least. So yeah, just pushes to the downside. What would have been a valid win as well. Let's mark up the fib as well, just so I can get the accurate take profit. So yeah, that could have been another win as well with that. So overall, it would have been what? 4 wins, 4 wins, 1 loss so far. So at this point, it's rejected off that 15-minute inbound, so it should be pushing down. Let's see, looks like we have another valid area here with this sweep here to play off of. You see it breaks or sweeps this and breaks these swing highs, and then it leaves all this imbalance here. So wait for that to get tagged. It's tagged right there. Let's go to 1 minute. And it's giving this trade here. That accumulation is sweeping this liquidity there. And draw the fibs out. It's leaving it in balance as well. Then we see be like this for the entry. And yeah, it goes through with what, 4 minute trade. So yeah, valid win there. It's like what, 4 wins for the day? 4 wins, 1 loss, maybe 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, 4 for the day, 1 loss. So yeah, I'm still iffy with the continuations, but it did give us 2 valid continuations. 1 won, 1 didn't. So maybe I could have did that different for the day of Monday, but it's okay. It's still, I had 3 wins on Monday. Compare with my journal though, it looks like I did maximize pretty good. Took 3 of those trades that I did mark up just now with a fresh pair of eyes. So one thing I didn't take was those continuations, so it's all good. I think I did pretty decent on Monday, especially just to start at the week. Monday's usually a slower day. So looking on Monday, actually I want to go and see if Asian session had any setups, but it's looking like it didn't, just because it had this big push down at the end of the session. See, Asian session starts here. And yeah, it just started consolidating, not doing anything really, because I wanted to push up to here. This would be a valid area to trade from right here. But it's looking like nothing happened in this area. Let me check in the 30 minutes, see if that's shows anything different. Same type of confluence or process right here. Sweeps this swing high, breaks these swing lows, leaves this imbalance. So let's see on the 30 minute if it's different. So yeah, same on the 30 minutes. So ideally I wanted to push up higher to this area, then give a sell move, but let's see. Yeah, and at this point, it's not even Asian session no more. I don't trade London session personally, so just ignoring that area for now. Maybe it'll push during New York session. and it didn't so far, at least yet. Starting around here in this area, so at this point we can just wait and see what happens and let it play out. Let's see, at this point, no areas yet of interest to play from. Maybe right here a little bit, but let's see what happens. Okay, right there. Let's see, I'll mark this part up. This is, so it's a valid trade. So it's in New York AM session, so let's mark it up. Sweeps this liquidity as well, but same thing, same concept. Breaks that liquidity or breaks that swing point, swing low, imbalance there. Then mitigated 1 minute, let's see. Might be very tight. It's just a very choppy move right now, but let's see. May not be a valid trade in this area. It looks really choppy, so might have just missed out on this trade. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be a valid trade here. It's just very choppy, no real imbalance. It's a lot of consolidation, so let's go to the 15-minute, let it play out. TradeView had an update. They put the times in small increments, so that's interesting. It wasn't like that before, but let's see. Another trade opportunity might be forming here. It might be pushing up to this area to sell from as well, but let's see. From this buy, we can see this potential buy area of interest to sweep this liquidity as well. And in real time, I think I had another larger area of interest in probably a daily or a really old 15-minute market in this area than it reacted to. But the thing with backtesting is sometimes you just don't see all of it because you're not taking your time in live trading and doing the full analysis like I probably normally would. So since I'm just having market right now, I'm going to skip this area and just focus on try to utilize from this one and see what I can get. And I probably have to just go back and compare my journal and see how I reacted to this play on Tuesday. So yeah, Monday I had 3 of those trades that I took that just wasn't a continuation of the Tuesday here. Let's see what it gives us. So let's see if it goes to this area. Okay, so we get a reaction to this area. And overall, I'd probably be looking, if I was live trading, to sell down into at least this other area of interest here with this small imbalance. So in theory, that's what I'd be looking for if I was live trading this. But let's see what it gives us. So nothing so far yet. Important to have some patience with it. Oh yeah, Tuesday was a strange day. So yeah, we're not going to get an entry for this. I mean, in theory, how I used to trade a few, almost like months ago, I'll tell you. It's been more than a few weeks. So if I was trading how I used to, I probably would have took something like this and tried to ride the momentum down. Probably to like right here at this area, but we'll just put it right here at 2R right there. And I would try to ride it down like this. And sometimes it used to work out, but yeah, I just don't trade like that now. I like to be a little more accurate with my entries now. So yeah, in theory, that's what I would have done, but how I'm trading now, that's not an entry. So I'm still looking for this reaction here or reaction based off this area and entry based off this area, and it hasn't presented itself yet. So yeah, nothing here. It's not really breaking anything. It's just kind of accumulating upwards. Not really breaking down to the downside until this big push. No idea why that happened. It wasn't in the news or anything. So yeah, just push down, and then we get the Asian session here. And yeah, same concept again. It still swept this liquidity here, this swing high. And it did break the swing low, even though it's not the most ideal looking trade. It still did follow the same concepts in this steps I'm looking for. Left this imbalance here. And now we're just looking for a trade. And it gave us a trade in Asian session. So let's just see if we can take advantage of that and how we can take advantage of that again. Let's see. So yeah, still saying the same thing there. This is the actual trade that I did take. But let's see if I can take some continuations or see how I can utilize this a little different. So yeah, let's see. This is my trade markup. We'll find it like that, and I set my take profit 1. I think around at 3.5 standard deviations, but I actually had to set a runner and tried to get it down to this imbalance. So I was trying to hold it and see what it's going to do if we could just hold it all the way down, but didn't work out in this time. But let's see how I could have took advantage of it. I want to also compare it with the S&P and see if there is some divergence, which it looks like it might be this. Maybe? No. It's a little, no, it's the same. Looked a tad different, but no, it's the same. So yeah, nothing there. So yeah, entry was there, went through, but see, yeah, no continuation entry here based off this model, because I would have set my entry up here with my limit up there, and it would have been tagged in. Looks like no other continuation entry here. Actually, potentially right here. Let me measure this out. Looks like it might hit take profit first though, so let's see. And I would have set it right there probably, because I like setting it at the first formed imbalance. Same concept, accumulates, manipulates this sweeps those swing highs, breaks down to the downside, leaves the imbalance, and yeah, definitely would have hit my target by then. So that wouldn't have been a trade either. Just I delete my orders when the target's hit before it's tagged in. So we can try for this one here, but looks like that one was hit too before entry. I could mark that one up as well. Same concept as the last one. And let's see. Yeah, if I went for 2.5. So this one is a trade I did not take, but it looks like I could have took this one as well. Same kind of concept. Let's see if it plays out. So yeah, this one does play out too. And it is a time I would have traded at. So I usually stop trading when it's like the 2100 hour or 21 hour. So yeah, I would say, yeah, that's a valid trade I could have took. I didn't take, but I could have took that one. So yeah, I'll mark that up as a potential win, and then I'll compare it. I am seeing this divergence here actually. So that should let me know. At least could have took an easy sell on this one as well, but still good confluence. Keep in mind. So yeah, that is interesting. I'm going to test that out. So we've seen at least 2 wins with that confluence in it. So yeah, keep that in mind moving forward, especially when I want to hedge and see some more losses. Like I'll try to really test it on Thursday. Thursday was a interesting trading day, so let's see what we see with the fresh pair of eyes. So overall, still looking for this to get mitigated for a buy so far. And there's really no other areas of interest right now because it's still in this area, so it's still valid for sales, but it's still London session. I don't really trade London session, so yeah, right about now would be good for a sell move, potentially off this area, but maybe it's valid to look for continuations here, but I don't really like doing continuations, so yeah, let's see. I'll just go down in 1 minute and see what happens. Maybe we could do a continuation within the macro time frame, but I'm not too big on just doing continue. I like just doing the whole reversals and getting the whole move, or just doing that move before I do a continuation, but let's see. If I did a continuation, it would have been this is just bad price action with these candles and wicks. So I would have just had to do it like this, based on this accumulation, this sweep of liquidity, then break into the downside off this, and would have set my entry probably right here. And honestly, I probably would have lost. I probably would have set my take profit or stop loss right here and probably would have lost like that. But I want to also just see if it's valid to set it for right here for this one. But it looks like she's going to lose, but let's see what happens. So I guess a push down, so I'm going to mark it as a loss, but it looks like I still could have won if just depending on how I set my stop loss. But I guess that's a trade idea. I wouldn't even really take this trade if it was real life, because I don't like taking continuations. I would have just waited for it to get down to this imbalance here. So yeah, it looks like it it might have hit take profit in a different broker, because sometimes these brokers are just very finicky. Like it looks like it's really exact, so I probably would have trusted it to hit take profit in a different broker. But yeah, I know overall, yeah, it's still pushed down anyway. So yeah, I'm gonna count this as a loss. I would have refined it and probably set it my take profit at this swing high in real life. So I'll count it as a loss. It's a valid trade, just how I would have handled it, executed it basically. So yeah, we can see it mitigates this point, and let's see what kind of trade it gives us. So yeah, once it mitigates, I'm seeing the same type of concept. Seeing this accumulation here, these inside bars, just consolidating a little bit. Then it wicks down and breaks to the upside, gives us an imbalance, and then set entry there. This probably looks really clean, like the 15-second or 30-second time frame, but still gives us a move on the 1 minute as well. Like I said, I would have set my entry. I missed this trade. I wasn't trading on Wednesday morning, so I missed this trade, but still good to just practice, get to see this muscle memory, get this repetition in. So yeah, it's literally the same thing over and over, and that would have been a win there. So could have been a positive day Wednesday, at least with those two trades. Would have came on top. Let's see, next area of interest would be, for now, it honestly would have been this right here. Sweep this liquidity. And then, nope, actually, no, I don't like how that, it doesn't really break to the downside and leave a balance there. So, yeah, nothing for now. Let it just play out. Maybe there's continuations we can take from that trade. Or maybe there's higher imbalance I guess I could have aimed for. So yeah, this one's already mitigated before it broke any imbalance, so not really worried about that one too much. I don't think, yeah, I'm not worried about, there's no swing highs there to be swept, so not really worried about that either. So I guess we can just play off of this buy move and see if we can catch some continuations. So let's see. Actually, let me check for the divergence here. Yeah, no divergence there, so it's all good. Still valid trade, but not the extra confluence that I'm potentially testing out, we'll say. And most I think I just want to use that for hedges. I don't think I want to use it for regular trades, but it'll just be nice to know and just to keep it in mind when I take a trade. So yeah, still pushing up in the 15-minute. I don't think I'm seeing a trade here. Let's see. Potentially right here, but looks like the take profit was already hit before the limit would have been tagged in, so I would have just deleted it anyways. But let's see. I measured out my fibs, and I know it's for sure been hit at this point. Maybe not. So I guess this was a continuation that I could have took. Still don't like taking continuations, but I guess I marked it up for earlier in the day, so I'm marking it up now for just, in theory, get the numbers right. So yeah, continuation off that previous Asian session there. Continuation here off of this buy move early in New York session, and this was during the lunch hour, so it's not ideal, but still valid trade to take. And it was in this area, so I don't think there was any imbalance there, or divergence I should say there. Yeah, nothing there, so we'll just have to just take that, and it would have been a win. Valid trade. Okay, on to the next one. And now I'm seeing this area of interest forming now, sweeping this liquidity here, breaking this swing high, and then leaving this imbalance here. So let's see what happens. So once it returns to that area, I'm going to look for a buy. And it didn't return to it yet. There's no area of interest here because there's no sweep liquidity. So then maybe it'll give us a sell area of interest here. Maybe not. Let's see how it forms. Looks like it's not, because it's just consolidating. So let's see. This is Asian session here, I believe. I don't think there's any trades there based off of this. Now I could test this out because I don't know how I like testing, or if I wanted to trade then I'd return to the same area again. I don't know if it'd be valid to take it, but I guess we can test it out now. So yeah, once it's pulled into this area, because it's already mitigated the imbalance and the order block, so I don't know if it's still valid to trade from this area, but let's see. It looks like it's not. really looking to blow past. Looks like it's respecting this type of structure here in the previous imbalance there. So let's just see what it looks like going into Asian session. So it's around that time from now. Let's see if we can get some more sell continuations or sell moves to at least push it down, hopefully to this imbalance here. So this is the last macro time frame, and I probably would have missed this trade because I probably would have just tried to go for this move here. Yeah, so I wouldn't have got tagged in there, and it would have hit take profit by then if that was my entry anyway. So on to the next trade. Let's see if we can get some trades from Asian session around that 19 right here around this area. Let's see. Maybe here. Yeah, it looks like this would have been a valid trade to take here. Although I still am a little skeptical just because it's in an area that's already been mitigated, but maybe it's valid to take out to test it out a little more. I mean, I guess you could say it's also just based off of, it's kind of just say I wanted to push down to go to this other imbalance, but it's no guarantee that I had to reverse here at this level or area again. But yeah, I guess it could have been a valid win. Maybe this could have been a trade here. I don't think I would have took it. It's really early, or yeah, I don't think I would have took this just because of how close it is after the session open or after that market open again. Yeah, 1800. I don't think I would have took it because spreads would have been high here, and yeah, it just wouldn't be convenient. But I can mark it out and just see what the risk reward would look like. It would have went for the entry here, or stop loss there. I would have said. So it looked like that would have went through, but I just wouldn't have taken it. So I'm not going to count it because it's just so early in the market open that spreads and fees would have been high. So I'll just pass that. So it looks like I had 3 wins on Wednesday, 1 loss maybe. So yeah, Wednesday could have been solid. Monday was really solid. I guess Tuesday was okay. Let's mark those 2 wins. I'll have to compare that with my actual journal. So on Tuesday, I took let me compare that actually the divergence first here. Replay that. But yeah, Tuesday's looking like I had a few more trades that were losses, and then I had some wins as well, so I have to compare that as well. So looking like there's no divergence there, at least with that entry, so that's all good with that one. It's a valid trade. But Tuesday I took 2, or I'm seeing 2 wins here based off of this sell here in the Asian session and the continuation. But Tuesday, let's see. Maybe I probably traded off of this area here maybe. Actually, I might have missed this area actually. Let me go back and look at this one. Yeah, and this does happen sometimes with backtesting. You can just overlook things whenever you're backtesting and just not get everything. So yeah, if this is live testing, I probably would have seen this or marked this a little more carefully, and took a little more time, but I don't want to make this video too long. So let's see, probably would have refined it like this. Yeah, sweep liquidity, breaking this swing low here. Imbalance here to mitigate it around 930. That's risky, so I don't know if I would actually would have took this trade, or if there even is going to be a trade, it just could be the 930 open candle rejecting off of it. Yeah, looking like I wouldn't even got to trade at this point. So yeah, I guess that's all I'm seeing for Tuesday, at least right now. But let me check my journal again. Let me see. So I took one move at around 10:45ish. Let me see. Yeah, this is the one that was based off of the really far back imbalance and same type of area of interest I was looking at based off of these steps. And I took a buy at 10:45, just comparing it with my journal. I'm not really seeing it now with my fresh analysis, just because I don't have that area marked up. So I took a buy based off of, yeah, this here. Entered in a buy here actually. Set my stop loss there, missed it. enter another buy here, missed it, or it got wicked out right there. Then this buy went through, and this is the valid buy. So this one would have made up for these two losses, and it would have just been a little bit over break even for the day, but or at least at that point. And then those two trades in the Asian session played out, so could have been like what, 3 wins 5 or 3 for 5, 3 wins 2 losses. So still, it's okay. I'm looking at a fresh pair of eyes right now. I got 2 wins on that day, 3 wins on Wednesday, 5, was it 5 or 4? 4 wins on Monday, 1 loss. So it's actually looking like a decent, actually really good week so far, with at least how I'm analyzing it right now in this moment. So now we can get to Thursday. Thursday was a trickier day. I'm looking at it, yeah. We're fine. This inbounds, this one's already mitigated. So looking at this one, and it got tagged here at 8 o'clock. So let's see what we can get. So you're looking at this. Here's the accumulation. And the same thing, you're seeing it being swept there. Breaks to the upside, leaves some imbalance here. So let's see, I'll set my entry here. Go back, and then I'll set it probably at 3, nope, 2 standard deviations. And so yeah, it would have been tagged in there. And I believe I did take this trade. I'll have to compare it with my journal. I'll pull it. It's on another screen. I'll pull that up too. And yeah, I think this was just a valid loss. Yeah, valid loss. So mark that as a loss. I don't like. In theory, I would want to close this trade out early, but I don't personally close out my trades early, just because I hate holding through the 9:30 open candle. But it sucks that this was the reason or the reason being it pushed down because of the 9:30 open. But it also could have been the reason it pushed up and hit take profit. But yeah, I just always hold my trades. You don't know if it's going to wick down or wick up. Could have just wicked up, then went back down, but it's all good. So at this point, it's a valid loss, but it's still, I count it as valid for buys, even though it's going a little bit past its imbalance, but I count it valid for buys until it breaks this structure for the swing point right here. So it's all good for buys for now. And yeah, I'm still seeing, based on this area, another trade here. And I talked about this this concept at least in a previous video and a live session in the Market Mentors Discord. It's kind of like I just want to wait until after the 9:30 candle to look for a trade, and once that 9:30 candle is, given or opened, it's kind of valid to just look for a trade, even based off of if it forms directly from the 9:30 push. So like the 9:30 push is like responsible for this trade here, but yeah, still same concept. I think it's valid to look for that. And I know this trade when I actually did take this trade, but looking for a different entry, see if I can test it out. And let's see if we had any divergence with that. So none with this entry, and none for that entry is looking like. So yeah. Actually, yeah, we'd have a little bit right here, actually. Maybe the candles were 1 or 2 minutes off, but it looks like we had overall did. Yeah, right there. So yeah, this was definitely a good confluence to have for this trade then. Especially being at like right up to 9:30. So yeah, a good buy there. And then probably could take this continuation here. And this is outside the macro, so it's even a little bit of a better confluence that this one formed inside the macro. So could have took this here. It's a little bit of a larger range trade, but it's okay. And would have had what, 3 standard deviations? I think this would have been, yeah, the correct one in a different broker. So yeah, let's keep it at 3. And so yeah, this one's already a win. I can look for divergence here in this one. Nope, no divergence there. But this initial one is still got that, so it's a really good push. I think this one's about to win. So yeah, pushed up, gave us that win. So that'd be 2 wins. Maybe I will take some more continuations this week, but I'm not too fond of them. But maybe I'll just take them this week and see how it plays out, because it's given us about 3 wins for continuations, I believe, and 1 loss. So overall, it still looks like it's pretty successful to take them. So we can look at the 15. It's a pretty large push. Look at the 15-minute. So yeah, based off of this, the 2 areas of interest I'd be looking at is based on that super liquidity here, and breaking past these swing lows would be price returning to this imbalance here, and then giving a sell. Or price returning to this area right here. It's a little hard to see behind the colored bars, but it's based off this imbalance here, sweeping this liquidity, and then breaking this swing highs here. So I'm looking for a sell if it pushes up to this area, or a buy if it pushes down to this area. So, let's see, push down to this area. So let's see. So yeah, in real time, I know I took this trade, so I'm gonna mark it up. I'm still seeing it, and I think it's just a valid trade to take and a valid loss. So in real time, I'll say, yeah, this is accumulation here, formed during the macro too. So I think this is really just a valid loss. Because I think overall, I was looking for it. I was thinking price would just take this trade, get a quick continuation buy, and maybe push this area, and then probably push to the downside, or just get a quick continuation with all the bullish momentum it's given in this candle. These are some really big candles that are giving a big, large push for us. So I thought it would just push up to the upside at least a little bit, give a quick reaction, maybe a wick or something, a quick bullish wick, and just give us that win, but it didn't. So this is a valid loss. And I remember this is where I was really contemplating about the other components about the divergence here. So there is some divergence here, you can see, between those 2 parts, and that should let me know that it was ready, or that at least was a possible hedge opportunity, which I can mark up here, and it's also within the macro too. So this is a valid sell to take that I'm seeing. Yeah, we'll wait for that to form. Yeah, this is a valid hedge that I'm seeing. So what is my entry up here? Although it looks like this might have been tagged. Let me just make it a little larger. It looks like that might have been, maybe not actually. Let's see. Set it right there. Then yeah, that's what I set my entry right there. So that's the first formed imbalance. That's just how I like to refine it. Maybe I think it's probably would have been tagged on a different broker. So I just probably would have set it maybe here. Looks like that's not mitigated, but that also could have been in a different broker. But either way, I would have set it either here, or there. But I think these might have been mitigated. Just some brokers show different, so yeah, we'll just keep it at that for now because it's kind of in the middle. And it looks like I wouldn't have even taken this trade because it looks like it's been mitigated before. But let's just say, assuming that this was closed on a different broker, and then I would have set my entry here. At least it's within the accumulation zone, and let's see what happens. I'll also try to refine on the 2 minute, see if we can get a clearer picture there. So yeah, not really, it's no imbalance there. It looks like we just had to take it at this area basically. So let's just let it play out. So yeah, what are the win too? I would be curious, let me see if I can find. It looks like, I guess on the S&P it was, yeah, it looks like there's slight imbalance there, but let me see on the other NASDAQ broker. Yeah, there's no imbalance. Oh, it is a little bit right there. I have to compare my other ones and see. But yeah, I'll just leave that one out. I'll just count this a loss, but that's the potential hedge move I was looking at, so let's see. And then I think that was it for Thursday, so let me see. I don't think anything formed in an Asian session or not. We've been looking for something to return to this area based on the same criteria. And yeah, broke those swing lows. Let's see if it returns to. I don't think there's any other buys for buy areas of interest for it to return to. So let's see. I should say this part. What time is this at? Session close or Asian? Maybe we can look at it here for a buy. Maybe this is not as clean, but it did sweep this liquidity here. And did break this swing high I'm looking at. So maybe we can find a buy here. Let's see. I'm thinking we could have set entry here. I don't know if it's going to get tagged or not, but let's see. This would be the accumulation. So yeah, I mean, overall, I would have just deleted the order. It looks like it hit take profit from me before I would have got tagged in. Maybe it's different for each broker, but I don't know. How I'm doing personally, I just would have deleted the order. But I see some people, they keep it open before, or even if it does hit the target, and it just comes back and still hits target sometimes. But I don't know. I'd have to test it out some more. So maybe it's still valid to keep that order open, but I'm not going to keep it open in this instance. I just cannot count it. I'll have to study that some more and test it out, but it looks like still a valid area to play off, a valid reason behind everything. So we'll just move on to the next trade. I think that was it. I don't think there was a continuation, but we can go back and look real quick. Because overall, I guess we did want to continue up to this area, but I just stopped around the 2100 hour, so I don't think there's any continuations maybe in this area, but let's see. Maybe here. Seeing this little small sweep. Is that a small sweep? And if not, we can use this as the sweep here, and then say it broke above. If not this area, then definitely with this one. It could have had entry there. I don't know if that's going to be a win or not, but let's see. It looks like this would have been a valid loss, so I guess we can count it as a loss. Not sure if I would have took it because I just don't like the continuation in theory, but I'll just count it as a loss. Not gonna count this one. It still would have hit take profit. I would have deleted the order before, but still valid reasoning behind it. And then we can just go to Friday. Friday was NFP and the Fed spoke that day, so I just didn't trade at all, but let's see what it gave us if it was a possible move I could have took. It looks like it still missed this imbalance a little bit. Let's see. Maybe I can consolidate on the 30-minute. Yeah, no, it still just missed that one. And I'll have to go back to the last trade and see if it had the divergence with it. Just test it out and see. Yeah, that'll be something that's easier to test and try and figure out in live time if it's happening. But let's see. I just have to get used to thinking about it again. It looks like nothing was there that trade, so yeah, just go back to the Friday. And yeah, NFP is right there, so let's see. I don't see any other areas here to play off of. Especially wouldn't have took it before NFP, so yeah, just let's ignore that and just let it play out. So yeah, no areas there based off of this. No areas here because there's no swing highs or swing lows being swept. So nothing yet to play off of. Yeah, nothing yet. So just let it play out. Then it looks like this is about to get hit here. So in theory, maybe eventually we'll come down and push this area for a potential quick buy move. I don't think it's, I know it didn't end down here for the week, so maybe this will happen on Monday or Tuesday, we'll see. Because it swept this liquidity here. Broke this swing high in this one and maybe this one. Let's see how it play out. So yeah, I broke this one too, so maybe we'll get a push down to the downside here for a buy on Monday or Tuesday. We'll see what happens. What I actually was looking at potentially on Friday was, right at session close, was a sell move just because it taps into this area. I just didn't like the hold of the weekend, so I didn't actually take this. But I am looking at monitoring this trade, but I'm thinking now that I probably should just took it. I think it's going to be a valid trade that'll go through. But it taps into this area. It's giving us the same accumulation here with these inside bars. Manipulated to the upside, and tagged into that area, and then it's giving some imbalance here. So let's see, I would have set entry there. And then right here would have been my fibs, and then I think target would have been 2 standard deviations. So overall, I think I probably could have taken this trade and maybe tried to hold it down here for at least a runner down here, but I don't think I just don't want to take it because I don't want to hold over the weekend and then some type of economic news happens and it spikes price up or down, and or some type of big gap happens and I get wicked out or something crazy. So yeah, looks like that trade still wouldn't have, in theory, wouldn't have been tagged in. So not yet, at least. I think it's gonna probably wick this area, probably a market open or do something crazy market open. So I just didn't take that trade, and yeah, we're going on to the next. So that's all for that week. Let's just count up the wins and losses really quick, just to see what the win percentage was. And yeah, let's see. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 wins on Monday, 6, 2 Tuesday, 7, 8, 9, 3 Wednesday, 10, 11, 2 on Thursday. So 11 wins total for the week. And dates are 3/3 through 3/7. Even though it probably was, I guess, 1 or 2 more ones I could have counted, but oh well. Just keeping this at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 losses. Yeah, and even this loss was really a stretch, but oh well. Just kind of, so we'll say we were 11 for 16. Let me double check it was 5. So you got 3 there, 1 there, and 1 here. So yeah, so 11 for 16. That'll be, let's see, around like what, 63%, 68%, 69. We'll say 69%. So yeah, around 69% win percentage for the week. And yeah, so let's just, I mean, I guess my average risk to reward is around 2.21. So we can say that's, let's just say we were risking 1% per trade. That will be around, let's say 2.21, that'd be times 11. And we'll just subtract those 5 losses. So that's about 19% for the week. If you're risking 1%, of course you could risk more. You can risk a little less, but that's just based on averages, not leaving like any runners, just assuming like kind of just bare minimum profit. So yeah, so it could have been a really good week. It was a decent week for me. I was slightly profitable, but looks like it could have been a better week than I had, which is just good to go back and refine and just understand those different types of things, what you could have done differently, what you could have done better. So probably wrap the video up here. It's good to just get a refresher and fine-tune some things and prepare for the upcoming week. So this was a part of the trade preparation video I'll be dropping tomorrow. Make sure you guys check that out. Like and subscribe. Check out the other content on the channel. And then look at Market Mentors, the website, and the Discord, where we talk about this stuff every day and teach more content and concepts like this as well. And I'll see you guys next video.